On behalf of the Faculty Executive Committee, I would like to welcome all of you here to this special recognition ceremony. I like this particular occasion because it's unique. It celebrates all of you, whether it's faculty, staff, administrative assistants, all of us working together. We are the community in our community college. And I'm especially thankful tonight to see so many of you here. And if I may, so many administrative assistants who are being honored. This particular year has been very busy for all of us, and throughout the whole process of registering students, having to say no, the classes are full, being in touch with all of the offices on campus. I was impressed by the demeanor, the friendliness, the civility, because things could get pretty rough as students coming for over-tallies thought, well, I've always gotten one in the past, and this year we couldn't do it. So to all of you who have gone through this process with us, it is all because we believe in what we are doing. I think we are privileged to be part of the City University of New York, and that our students are benefiting from the dialogues that they have with all of us. We are indeed privileged to serve as we do. I think it's very important to cherish the young and nurture them, because they are, in fact, the future of our country. At this point, I'd like to call on President Marti, who will do the honors for the evening.
Thank you, Dr. Gillespie, and welcome to all of you. You look wonderful tonight. To the students who are here, the retirees who have come back, the alumni who are here, and of course, the people who make this place run in a way that no other community college in this country runs. You. Thank you very much for being here. I want to talk a little bit about what it means to work in a community college. I am not going to pretend or be pretentious enough to speak for you. There are many stories in this room. There are many different reasons why you are working at this college. But I think that there's something that unifies all of us, and that is a social agenda. We all know that if we work in a different environment, we would be working either for profit, or we would be working for glory, or we would be working for something else. But those of us who are here at this college know that we're here in order to help the people who come to our institution bright-eyed, with tremendous hope, with the purpose of making something better for themselves and for their families. And you know something? I am known to saying that we are in an honorable profession, and by God we are. Okay? What we do for that student who is 35 years old and who's working in a deli or a 7-Eleven or in a supermarket as a cashier and has 2 kids at home, and he comes in the evening in order to make something better of herself what we do for that student is something that is no money can possibly reward. What we're doing it because of the fact that we care for that population. We do it also for the future of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, New York City is really, in many ways, dependent on us. New York City is a place where new Americans come looking for a better life. And we are the portals of entry into the university. We are the place where an individual can come here at a reasonable cost, get a first-class education, get himself or herself prepared to move forward to a baccalaureate degree, and if the calling calls, for a master's degree and even a PhD. And they can do all of that in order, with a reasonable cost and with certain degree of ease because of the transportation issues. As you know, I have served as president of other colleges, and when I served in Corning, New York, which was my last post, I used to talk about the students that we served, and I used to really ache because we would raise the expectations of these students, and they would get an associate's degree. And a lot of them wanted to go on for a baccalaureate degree. But you know, the closest university was 74 miles away, one way, right? So for those individuals, it was very difficult to go forward from the associate's degree to the baccalaureate degree. Think about us. Think about the wealth of our university. They can come to Queensborough and maybe 10 miles away, not even 10, 3 miles away, right? 3 miles away, it's Queens College. And if they want to, they can go to the Graduate Center. Or if they want to stay at Queens, they can get a PhD, right? A master's degree there, and now a PhD there. So look at what we can do for our students. And frankly, we do it well. And tonight is a night of celebration. Tonight is a night that we say to you, and we say to each other, look, there are people who have been here for 20 years, there are people who've been here for 30 years, and the ever-growing list, individuals who have been here for 40 years. You know, imagine being in a place for 40 years. I have never done that. I haven't even done that in a country. You know, but no, I have been here for 49 years. But you know, it's really a testimony to your purpose, to your reason, and to the honor of our profession. To be honored to be here tonight. Now, one of the things that I learned when I first was appointed president of Queensborough Community College was that this was to be the best party in Queens. And then suddenly, the gala became the best party in Queens. I sincerely hope that I see a lot of dancing tonight. And I sincerely hope that, you know, we're getting a little older, so we have our drink, we have our food, and then we take off because, you know, we need our 8 hours of sleep. But, you know, there's still a little bit of life in all of us. So let's stay here, let's have a really good party, and let's celebrate the honor of your profession. You are doing marvelous work, and I am delighted to be able to welcome you tonight and to present these awards. So let us start with the young ones. Right? And by the way, I saw a lot of people look when these two individuals walked in, and you said, who are they? That's my daughter, and that's my granddaughter. And I took the liberty of inviting them tonight, and I am very grateful for the fact that we've made space so that they could be with us tonight. All right, the young ones, the rookies, 20 years of service. JERILYN Bird, Jerry Bird, are you here?
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Hi, I've actually been here 29 years. I worked part-time for 9 years. So I've worked in various departments, and I've worked for many administrators and directors, and they became people I admired and respected. I made many friendships through the years, and they're still holding, and just really nice people. I would especially like to thank Dean Faulkner for his leadership and support in the 4 years I've been working for him. I'd like to thank VP Call for her support, and all of the people in business and financial area that I have come to know and appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Do you want to put this
Okay.
on this side? What do you want to say?
Right here, good. Right, one more. Great.
Okay, thank you.
Susan Mano? As you can tell, she was 5 when she started working here.
Thank you. Thank you. What can I say? Queensborough has been very good to me. I can honestly say that I enjoy my job because of my colleagues in buildings and grounds. And actually, I've been here 23 years. I started part-time as well. I'm also a QCC graduate. Yay. I had the pleasure of the first outdoor graduation back in 1989. And I'm truly grateful, and I hope I continue to find enjoyment in my following years to come. Thank you. I'm truly blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's great.
Thank you.
One more.
I feel so tall.
You are. No, I'm short.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Pellegrino Manfra. Thank you so much. By the way, I have never seen this man without a smile on his face.
Thank you, Dr. Marti, for this invitation. I'm very privileged to be honored here tonight, and it's a great place to work here at Queensborough. A great department. It's always been a pleasure to be there, and thank you very, very much for all of you to come to honor me. Thanks again.
Marcia Santoro.
I just would like to say it's been a great 20 years here at Queensborough. I thank you. And I especially thank the Bursar office. I spent all 20 years in the Bursar office. There are a great bunch of gals in there. Lots of friendships, which I'm grateful for, and a lot of great memories. Thank you.
Great. One more, please. Great.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Michael Sorabian.
Good evening, Dr. Sheila Gillespie, Vice President Marti, Vice Presidents, Chairpersons, faculties, and staff. First, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all new members with 20 years of prestige service to QCC, as well as those with 30 and 40 years of service. I would also like to thank the entire Faculty Executive Committee of organizing this special annual event to celebrate and recognize the QCC's service and dedication to this community. Today, it's a very special day for me and my family. I'm proud and thankful to be part of this QCC family, a family who works very hard to achieve its goal on every aspect of higher education. Therefore, I consider myself fortunate to have people like you working with, and would like to thank everyone that I have met and known at QCC for the past 20 years for their kindness and friendship, especially to Vice President Cole and Vice President Hardigan, who I worked directly with for many years. The QCC community is one of the magnificent communities around. It has been a pleasure and privilege working here at the Office of Campus Facilities and the leaderships of President Marti and Vice President Cole. As you know, the Office of Campus Facilities with building and ground personnel are the backbone of any campus. They are in charge of all constructions and renovations on campus with multi-million-dollar projects every year. Finally, I would like, as we approach this to celebrate our 50th anniversary of QCC, I would also like to congratulate QCC in advance with this special celebration and for its many years of service and dedication. I look forward to the anticipations of the next 50 years of dedicated service to the community. Thank you again.
Now we go from 20 years to the teenagers. 30 years. You see that, Lila? 30 years, teenagers. Dr. Joseph CULKIN, please come to the podium.
Well, I want to thank everyone. I would take a long time if I thanked all the people individually who have helped me through my career here. I do want to give special thanks to my friends and colleagues in the Social Sciences Department and to other friends throughout the college community. For those of you who have helped me and supported me, and even for those of you who have merely tolerated me from time to time, I want to say thank you very much. And I cede the remainder of my time to Jonas Fallick.
Dr. Brenda Hirsch.
When I came to QCC, Jimmy Carter was president. Ronald Reagan was off stage, waiting in the wings for his leading role. Mortgage rates were 12%. I know, I had one. The QCC Observatory was opened, and the business department had just gotten a fabulous grant, one of the first word processing systems, the WAG. Some popular songs, and we heard some of them this evening: YMCA, Hot Stuff, I Will Survive, Reunited, and my favorite, We Are Family, I've Got All My Colleagues and Me. And although history has changed, my feelings have not. I still love it here after all these years.
Craig Weber.
Yes, I had a 2-hour speech prepared. Is everybody? Oh. No. When I first started in Queensborough in '79, my chairman at the time, Shelley Cohen, said he wanted me to do 3 things. He wanted me to advise the Architecture Club. He wanted me to join committees. And thirdly, he wanted me not to shortchange the students. Okay? And then he said, oh, yes, by the way, don't let anybody know you like your job. Nobody. Administration, janitor, nobody. Well, I have to say, I'll have to forego that 4th thing that he told me to do. Simply because I have a passion for my subject, I love my students, I think the administration is doing a terrific job, and my colleagues in the department and my colleagues in other departments, I think I have a good rapport with them. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy that I can say it's been an extremely pleasant journey in the last 30 months? No, years. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Oh. And now, for the 40th. 40 years. It's hard to believe. Ed Brumbach. Ed, I want to say that last night I had the privilege of seeing a whole performance of Croatian dances, and I was looking for you in the audience. I didn't see you there, but dobar dan.
I forgot my walker over there. Well, good evening. I consider myself very lucky to have been given this opportunity to work at a job that I love. It's my sincere hope that I have made a difference in the lives of the over 13,000 students that I had in my classes over the past 40 years. I hope that they learned something useful from me. I certainly have learned a lot of things from them. For example, I learned that the trick is to be a professor for a long time without getting old. And I learned that everybody likes to be asked for their opinion and be heard. And I learned that there are no teachers, there's only learners. And for this reason, I like to think of myself not as a teacher, but as a learning facilitator. Besides expanding their technical knowledge, I did my best in my years here to have my students enjoy their learning. But most of all, I aim to make all of my students confident in what they know. And I would like to thank my wife, Jean, and my departmental colleagues, and all of you for being part of the celebration. Thank you very much.
Here.
Oh, thank you.
We were talking on the way in about the vision statement for the institution. I think that Ed just did the vision statement. That's what we are about. Thank you, Ed. Dr. Nathan Chow.
I want to take this opportunity, as my colleagues did, to thank the administration, my colleagues, and students for making these 40 years possible, have me enjoy just about every one of those years. I was really given a lot of opportunities by the administration, because when I first joined Queensborough, I participated in the professional theater in residence, and I still remember we had a great time doing the Three-Penny Opera. We did the Oliver and Time of Your Life. And over the years, I was able to take years leave of absence without pay, and I even participated with the Bergen County Opera Society. I was also given an opportunity to try other things out. I tried to run a company at one time based on one of my inventions, and of course that didn't succeed, but at least I was given the opportunity by the school who gave me time off again. As far as in terms of what I did in the college, I want to thank all the colleagues, and I just want to tell you, among the 40-year people, of course, my department, they were great at Brunac, at MARCINEK, but I served on committees which gave me an opportunity to really enjoy the friendship of other faculty members. Among those, Jonas Fallick, he reminded me we were on the Student Activities Committee, and we passed the first standards that students have to meet before they were allowed to serve on committees. I served with Stan Garfunkel in the Faculty Executive Committee. I bowled with Antoinette Perugine. We were on the QCC Bowling League. We really enjoyed that for many, many years. I don't know if it still exists. Is there still a bowling league at Queensborough? I guess there's no more alleys around. I think they converted all the alleys. And also, I served on a committee with Paul Weiss, and I've been on the Faculty Executive Committee under 4 chairpersons, Tom McNulty, all great people, John Specht, Sheila Polishuk, and now Sheena Gillespie. And one thing I'm very proud of also, because I do take my job so seriously, that I've also been very lucky that since I started Queensborough, I never took a day of sick leave. So.
Dr. Jonas Fallick.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank Joe CULKIN for ceding his time to me. He took 30 seconds, so I could take a little longer. Joe, where are you? Thank you very much. He's wonderful. I sit with Joe every week at the College Personnel and Budget Committee, and he psychoanalyzes me and tells me what's wrong with me every week, and I acknowledge the fact that he's probably right 100% of the time, and thank you. I also want to acknowledge my department members who showed up tonight on my behalf to honor me. At 2 or 3 tables. We did a little partying before we got here, so I apologize in advance to all of you for what I might say. My daughter just called me. My phone rang. Oh, Paris Savronos is out in the back. Paris, whenever I make a presentation at the college P&B, goes like this to me. You probably haven't seen it, Dr. Martin. It always goes like this to me. And today he congratulated me because I was very, very brief. Am I right, Paris? Thank you. As you know, the college email system has been filled with ideas and thoughts about the things you didn't know about QCC. And so I came up with my own top 10, okay? So please wait. And Millie encouraged me to do this, so again, as I apologize to you, Dr. Martin, in advance. Okay. I actually started at QCC in 1968 as an adjunct, 41 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long, but I've loved every minute of it. This is the textbook that the chairman of the business department, his name was Sheldon Summerstein, threw at me. I mean, the interview was exactly, can you teach? I think so. Do you know anything about statistics? I guess so. Here's the book. It's yours. It's your class, okay? And I taught, and I loved it. When I was hired, the business department was in the science building on the 3rd floor, and I could walk up those stairs with vigor and vim and get to the office. We then moved to the humanities building, and I could run up those stairs. I think the English department is where we once were. Am I right, Sheena? When we moved to the administration building, I could run up those stairs to the 4th floor. Now when the elevator doesn't work, I go back to the parking lot, sit in my car, and call in. Because I have no energy at all. And things have changed over the years. You know, I was here before open admissions, then we had open admissions, now we have rubrics. In case you don't know, rubric is actually a Slavic acronym. It stands for really, you better report improved classwork. When I got here, the teaching load was 30 hours. I think Dr. Marti could acknowledge that. He was at the BMCC in the same time period. And the union negotiated and got it down. But we taught 30 hours. We taught it in the daytime. We taught it at night. We taught it on the weekends. Now, if I give someone a schedule in my department and it interferes with their Pilates class, I'm in trouble. I have a grievance. I had no idea when I was going to be observed. You know, the chairman would just walk in, unannounced and sit down, and we would be scared because I'd go to class and I'd hope he wouldn't be coming in, and I got through a class and he wasn't there. Well, when he showed one time, I was so nervous that I called on a bridge chair to come up and present a lesson at the board. I really did, to do a problem. When I became chairman in 1993, I looked at the computer and it was wiped out. Stan, where are you? Stan Garfunkel, is he around? Well, I didn't know what I was doing then, and I still don't. And frankly, my PhD's expired, and I'm not going to figure it out just yet, but I enjoy every minute of what I do, even though I don't know what I'm doing. The department has interesting P&B meetings. The college has very interesting P&B meetings, and I want to tell you all in advance that I can't wait to retire because I'm writing a TV pilot about the antics that go on before and after the P&B. Millie Conti, God bless Millie Conti. I love Millie. She's a favorite of mine. I love Millie. Millie always seems to catch me when I'm speaking at P&B, all the time at P&B. Ellen, I apologize for getting you into trouble. Ellen Hardigan sits next to me, and I always get her into trouble. It's all my fault. I really mean it. I figure that in the 16 years, by my count, Millie's caught me 320 times. He gives me the look, and I go, and I keep talking. I don't stop, okay? Ed Brumniak, I met Ed years ago. Ed always brought food to the department. We would sit and talk for hours. Mel, where are you, Mel? Mel is one of the funniest people I know. Mel told the Vice President Call, or Provost Call, that in his plans for the coming year, he wanted to get more time off so he could play more golf with me. I think he did tell you, didn't he tell you that? And so please, this is my appeal to you to please do that for me. Stan, where are you? Stan, is Stan here? Stan Garfunkel? Yes. Okay, I want to acknowledge Stan, who was a prior chair, who did a wonderful job, is a great marketing professor in the business department, and we love working with him. He's a very, very bright man. And Nathan Chow, where's Nathan? Nathan, I love your voice. I've always loved your voice. You had a nice tone that comes out with, and I remember working on that student activities committee with you to make that change in governance. And frankly, I remember it a little differently. I remember Nathan calling me and saying, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Dean Slade wants us to change the rules. I said, well, let's change the rules. You want to get tenure, don't you? And sure enough, Nathan did, and we're there. But I used to meet all of them at meetings, and we would talk for hours and hours and hours. Now I meet them every 30 minutes in the men's room because we're a lot older now. In any case, my daughter just arrived, so hi, Robin, how are you? Let me say this in conclusion. My number one thing that you didn't know about me is that I really love my family, I love my staff, and I love my students. I'll always bend over backwards for them, and they know it. And they'll do it for me, too, which is what I really love. I've often told them that I have two families. I've got my kids, I've got my grandchildren, I've got my brother and sister, I've got all of you, and I've also got my daughter's cat, Rex, because she wanted me to mention that tonight. I get here at 7:30 in the morning. I stay here well into the evenings very often. I even come on weekends to check to make sure that everything's going as it's supposed to. I love helping people, and that's what a career that's built on building and maintaining relationships is all about. I've been able to surround myself over the years with wonderful people, faculty and staff alike, who I thoroughly enjoy seeing every day. And I know that if I didn't surround myself with people who are smarter than me and more capable than me, I would never have lasted so long. So, if work is the residue of design, then I'm an extremely fortunate person. So thank each and every one of you for this acknowledgement, and I hope to be here for another 40 years. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything.
That's great. Another one? Great.
Thank you.
Well, you've heard about Stan Garfunkel, so why don't we bring him up? Stan.
I don't think that computer was ever erased. I think the problem was it was a Macintosh. But that's another story. I'll be very brief. I've always felt that some of the hardest working, smartest people in the world work at Queensborough Community College. Over the years, I've been especially grateful that many of them have been friends of mine. Thank you all very, very much.
I met Mel when we were graduate students. Mel GORELICK. Dr. Perlmutter's left, across the way from her.
Thank you. When I first saw this list, I said, this has got to be a typo. I said, I cannot be here 40 years. I'm only 55. So how does that work, right? The president and I go back a long way, and he is a member of my department and keeps threatening that he's going to come down and teach a course, all right? But so I know you're very busy. I know, but you're very busy, so I appreciate that. The past 40 years, I have to admit, is a blur, but I must have had a good time because I'm still here, and I have to tell you that I have a great faculty, and I have the support of my faculty and my family. My wife and daughter are here, and I have enjoyed every minute that I have been here. I love my students. I love teaching, and just recently I became chair of the department, and that was another challenge. So all I could say is that I really appreciate the opportunity to be here at Queensborough, because I think this is the greatest institution within the City University, as far as I'm concerned, within the whole country. So I want to thank you for your leadership and for allowing me this opportunity to serve as chair for my department.
Ed MARCINEK.
Years is a long time. There was a lot of good years, there was a lot of bad years, there were some so-so years, but they were always interesting years. Thank you.
Antoinette Perugin.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody and the college and the president and everyone and my department. It's been really lovely, and I've enjoyed encouraging my students, you know, my student aides and the kids that I have at my Chi Alpha Christian Club. And I just want to thank you all. Thank you.
Bolshenko.
Listen, thanks a lot for coming. This has really been an honor to be here so many years. Let me just tell you about my first year here. When I first came in 1968, I bought a car, a Volkswagen. It was $1,500 new. And my first salary, I think, was $9,000 a year, which was a good salary for for a young man. And then and then the 70s came, and then we had trouble, and then the 80s came, we had trouble, and And then the 90s came, and people said to me, "You're a college professor? Isn't that kind of a low-paying job?" I said, "Well, anyway." So, and then the 2000s came. "Isn't that a low-paying job?" I said, "No." And now everybody says, "Boy, are you lucky." But at any rate, I've thoroughly enjoyed being here, and I remember my first demonstration, which was in 1971 when the Black Panthers were demonstrating, and when we had the student riots, you know, and I spoke up on behalf of the students when most people left college, and my chairperson said the next day, "I think you're not going to be able to get a job here anymore, because I think that, you know, you're reading too much of that pink newspaper, the New York Times." But at any rate, I've thoroughly enjoyed being here. I mean, I'm an immigrant, and I love seeing all my immigrant students aspire to things, and I identify with them, and I just love being here. I think it's a great job, and it's a great community, and bravo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know that you're all very hungry, and but before we go, I want to ask the President's Council of Students to stand up and be recognized. And I also want to ask the freshman coordinators who are here to stand up and be recognized. I know that a couple of them are here. And the reason that I'm doing that is because we have seen those of you who have built the foundation for this college, and now you're seeing the future of this institution. So thank you very much. Let's start. I don't know how the proceedings are going to go. I think that you have it by tables, or?
No, free-flowing.
It's free-flowing. So whoever gets to the table first gets the food. So hurry up. Have fun.